Hey guys, what's up? When you're planning a trip to Sossusvlei, one of the first questions is always, where do I camp? With so many campsites scattered around the desert, choosing the right one can feel overwhelming. So in this video, I'm breaking down 9 campsite options you can choose from around Sesriem. First things first, location is key. The campsites are clustered and spread out within a 5 to about 100-kilometer radius of Sesriem and the 2 entrance gates to Sossusvlei. The closer you are, the quicker you'll reach the dunes at sunrise. If being the first on the dunes matters to you, choose a campsite not too far from the Sesriem gate. If you don't mind a slightly longer drive, campsites further out often give you better value for money and beautiful wide open desert views. The gateway to all the dune action is Sesriem. It's not quite a town, but more of a service hub. Campsites you'll find within the parameters are rugged and simple, built for the adventurers, while the others are stylish little desert hideouts where you can glamp under a million stars. I'll walk you through what they all have in common, what makes each one stand out, and their facilities, travel distance to the Sesriem gate, and of course a handy price guide to help you plan and budget. Just a heads up, campsite prices work in different ways. Some places charge per person per night, often with a maximum capacity. Others charge a flat rate for the campsite itself per night and then add a per person per night fee. A few even add extras for vehicles and gear, so it's always worth checking the fine print in your quote before you get things rolling. So in true mad booking style, making African dreams come true, let's start from the furthest and work our way closer to the park. Let's get into it. Starting at number 9, we have Namib Camp. This is 95 kilometers east from the Sesriem gates. Camping here is all about rugged beauty and proper adventure. It's tucked away in the Namib Mountains, and this spot was actually set up to protect Hartmann's mountain zebras. The best part is that you'll still see them roaming the area. Tucked away between these dramatic cliffs with little pockets of greenery, fresh streams, and natural rock pools, it feels completely different from the desert camps near Sesriem. Here, it's cool, shaded, and so much more lush. If you're into hiking, this is your playground. You've got tough trails like the Waterkloof, if you're up for the challenge, or the Olive Trail for something a bit easier. But it's just as scenic. The views are unreal, and spotting wildlife along the way is always a bonus. The cliffs around the camp are home to all sorts of bird life. You might even catch a black eel soaring up in the sky, and the rock formations here are the kind geologists get excited about. It's rugged, it's natural, and it's the kind of place that makes you want to slow down and take it all in, and just enjoy being surrounded by pure, raw Namibia. The Namib campsite keeps things pretty simple, and that's exactly the charm. You've got shaded spots tucked near the streams, each one with its own fireplace, power point, and water tap. Some sites sit right by the water, while others are set a little higher up, so you can pick what works best for you. The facilities are shared, but they're well looked after. There's a big ablution block and a separate washing block that do the job nicely. It's peaceful, remote, and gives you that proper off-the-grid feeling. And if you ever get tired of braai smoke and campfire meals, no worries. There's a restaurant and a bar on site. It's the perfect balance between rugged and just enough comfort to make your stay easy. Just come prepared. The weather can shift quickly due to the mountain environment, so bring some warm layers for the evenings and early mornings. Baboons might pop in for a visit, and be aware of other wildlife such as jackals during the evenings. This also creates a memorable nature experience for you, but requires vigilance with food storage. Namib Camp is not fancy, but for nature lovers, hikers, and photographers, it's a proper gem. The price guide to camp here is 460 Namibian dollars per person per night. Coming in at number 8, we have Ababis Guest Farm, which is 82 kilometers north from Sesriem. Just a heads up, Ababis Guest Farm is in Solitaire, where you'll be able to catch a bite of that famous apple crumble. So camping at Ababis is a proper down-to-earth experience. It's set on a quiet farm where the Namib Desert meets the Namib Mountains. And the vibe is all about peace, scenery, and that warm Namibian hospitality. You've got big views of the savannah, plenty of shade, and this cool mix of farm life and wilderness. Unlike the busier desert-heavy camps near Sesriem, Ababis feels more personal and rustic. There are only 4 pitches here, each with its own braai area and cement table with seats. The facilities are shared. you'll get a shower block with flushing loos and a sink for washing up. The setting is stunning. Shady trees make summer stays so much more comfortable, but nights can get cold, so bring some warm layers. Wildlife is part of the package too. You'll see springbok, oryx, and even zebras in the area, so keep your food stored properly, of course. And if you're into adventure, you're sorted. There's the Ababas Naukluft Mountain Trail, a 2 to 3 day guided hike with overnight stays under the stars. Or for the thrill seekers, an off-road driving academy right on the farm with different levels of courses you can book on arrival. Also add in bird watching, shorter hikes, or simply relax under the trees. And you've got the perfect mix of laid back and active. Camping at Ababas is a lovely experience. It's quiet, simple, and close to nature. But there are a few things worth knowing before you go. The campsites don't have electricity, so it's a good idea to bring along a power bank or two for your essentials. There are only 4 pitches, which means it never feels crowded, but it does mean booking ahead is wise. You'll want to stock up on food and water unless you plan on joining the farm's meals, which many guests do enjoy. Each pitch has some shade, making summer days pleasant, though the nights can get a little cool, so pack warm layers and cozy up. Wildlife does roam nearby, which only adds to the atmosphere. But it's best to store food properly, of course. If you'd like to explore more, the guest farm does offer guided hikes and off-road experiences. Ababas is about 80 kilometers from Sesriem, so allow a bit of travel time when planning your visit to Sossusvlei. With the right prep, it's a peaceful and rewarding place to base yourself. It's perfect for small groups, a proper farm-style camping vibe, nothing flashy here, just the kind of place that reminds you why simple is sometimes the best. The price guide varies for this guest farm, so it's best to check directly when inquiring before you book. Coming in at number 7, we have Namib Desert Lodge. This is 59 kilometers north from the Sesriem Gate. Namib Desert Lodge gives you the best of both worlds. You're camping in the desert, but with the comfort of a lodge right next door. The campsite sits at the foot of those striking red sandstone cliffs with fossilized dunes as your backdrop, so the views here are already on another level. There are only 3 spacious sites here, shaded by acacia trees. Each one has electricity, water, and a braai area, and a windbreak too, plus access to well-maintained, clean, shared bathrooms. Simple, practical, and comfy. Exactly what you need. But here's the real win. Unlike more basic sites, because it's part of the lodge, you get to enjoy all the extras too. There are 2 swimming pools, 1 fresh, 1 saltwater, a restaurant, and a bar with a terrace. Even an illuminated waterhole where oryx and springbok come to drink. You can hit the walking trails, join a guided desert drive, or take a trip out to Sossusvlei for sunrise. And at night, the stargazing here is unreal. It's not as private as the more remote camps, since you'll likely be sharing with other guests, especially during peak season, which typically runs from June to October. But if you're after raw desert vibes with the bonus of good food, cool drinks, and a pool dip a short stroll away, this is a solid choice. Of course, prepare for desert conditions. Hot days and cold nights, layers and sun protection are essential. Also take advantage of lodge organized tours to Sossusvlei Dunes and Sesriem Canyon for a hassle-free experience. The price guide to camp here is 325 Namibian dollars per person per night. Coming in at number 6, we have Tashab River Camp, which is 50 kilometers east from the Sesriem Gate. Camping at Tashab River Camp is something really special. It's peaceful, quirky, and full of personality. Set along the Tashab River, right between the Naukluft Mountains and the Sossusvlei Dunes. The campsites are spread out along the riverbed, so you get loads of privacy and space. Each site comes with its own ablution block, both indoor and outdoor showers, fresh water, a braai area, and even washing lines. There's no electricity here, which adds to that proper off-grid vibe. And trust me, the stargazing at night is Unbelievable. You'll be camping under wild fig trees with birdsong all around, and if you're lucky, a few desert creatures will pop by. Scattered through the camp, you'll spot all these fun iron artworks made by the owner. It gives the whole place a creative, welcoming feel. And when you feel like a break from the campsite, the main lodge has you covered. There's a pool garden, a restaurant with fresh bread and hearty dinners, a bar, Wi-Fi, even a little shop. You can grab a picnic basket or brunch pack to take on the trails, or just relax by the pool. It's family friendly too, with kid friendly spaces. There's board games and plenty of open ground to explore. And if you're up for adventure, you're spoiled for choice. Hiking, biking trails, 4x4 routes, sundowner spots, and even a quiver tree forest nearby. Candlelit evenings, outdoor tree showers, and that river setting makes the whole experience unforgettable. Tashab isn't just a campsite, it's an experience. Private, creative, and full of thoughtful touches. It's the kind of place that really stays with you. If you're heading to the camp, a few things will make your stay smoother. Book early, especially in peak season being from June to October. Pack swimwear and sun protection for the pool and desert sun, and bring walking shoes, water, and sunscreen for hiking. You can use the restaurant and meal services if you don't want to cook, and families will enjoy a kid-friendly space and a mix of indoor-outdoor activities. The camp is easy to reach by private vehicle with parking on site, and don't forget layers for cooler nights. Desert temperatures drop after sunset. The price guide to camp here is 210 Namibian dollars for the site on its own per night, plus 180 per person per night. Coming in at number 5, we have Elegant Desert Lodge, which is 40 kilometers south from the Sesriem Gate. Elegant Desert Lodge gives you two totally different camping experiences, the rustic campsites and the luxurious eco-camp. Both are set against the backdrop of the Namib Desert, and both manage to balance the natural beauty with the real comfort. Let's start with the rustic campsites. They've got that authentic desert feel, but with a bit more ease than your basic Sesriem camps. They're tucked in a tranquil garden oasis with desert views all around, and you've still got access to the lodge facilities. That's the swimming pool, the restaurant and bar, Wi-Fi, lounges, even a waterhole where wildlife often wanders in. It's simple, it's relaxed, and it's perfect if you want that desert vibe without giving up too much comfort. Then there's the eco camp. This is something else. This is more like a glamping experience. They only have 10 big 85 square meter canvas tents, each built for maximum privacy and comfort. Think in-suite bathrooms, indoor and outdoor showers, mini bars, and big decks where you can roll your bed out and sleep directly under the stars. The whole camp around the sky is truly an experience. Meals can be enjoyed at the nearby lodge or arranged through the camp. And finally, the location is remote and mountainous, so plan your 4x4 or high clearance vehicle logistics ahead. So whether you're after a down-to-earth garden spot with lodge comforts or a high-end desert escape under the stars, Elegant Desert Lodge gives you both options and both deliver something unforgettable. The price guide to camp here is 250 Namibian dollars to 2,450 Namibian dollars per person per night. Coming in at number 4, we have Little Sossus Campsite. This is 36 kilometers south from the Sesriem Gate. This is one of those desert camps that really gets it right. Peaceful, private, and properly set up. Each campsite comes with its own bathroom, and here's the fun bit. Hot water comes from an old school donkey boiler. Not the four-legged kind, but the wood-burning ones. It's a simple system that makes you appreciate every single drop of hot water in the desert. Little Sossus Campsite sits near Sesriem and offers best of both worlds. Proper desert views in every direction, but with enough comfort to keep things easy. It's a popular choice for travelers who want to be close to Sossusvlei, but still have that relaxed camping experience. The pitches are spacious and private, each shaded with a large canopy. You've got your own ablution block with a big bathroom, kitchen facilities, braai area, and even power points to charge your devices. That's rare for Sesriem campsites. Families and groups love it, but even if you're traveling solo or as a couple, it just works because it's so well thought out. There's also a little farm stall on site that sells basics. Think fresh meat, braai packs, homemade bread, jams, even a few supplies you might have forgotten. And if you don't feel like cooking, you're less than 2 kilometers from Little Saucer's Lodge, where you can grab a drink at the bar, enjoy a proper meal, or just chill by the pool. You'll find 10 campsites, including 3 bigger ones for families or groups. Each has its own private bathroom, hot water donkey system, shaded kitchen and braai area. There's free Wi-Fi, a swimming pool to cool down after a dusty day, and a small shop with essentials. Wildlife often pops by the nearby waterhole too. There's oryx and springbok. This is a brilliant base for exploring the desert. Think early morning drives to catch the Sossusvlei sunrise, guided sundowner trips, photography, tours, or hikes in the Naukluft Mountains. The skies at night are unreal for stargazing, wide open and crystal clear. Book early, only 10 sites are available and it's popular. Packed for extreme hot days, cool nights, layers are your friend. The kitchens and ablutions are shaded and comfy, but still bring your own camping basics. Treat yourself to some fresh bread or a braai pack from the farm stall when you arrive. It makes life easy. Use the power wisely and bring backups if you can. Aim for early trips to Sossusvlei and Sesriem Canyon for the best light and fewer crowds. It's a 36-kilometer drive to the Sesriem Gate, so you'll need to wake up quite early to arrive in time for those sunrise colors. And enjoy those private bathrooms with hot water. This is a real treat in the desert. The price guide to camp here is 240 Namibian dollars per site per night, plus 220 Namibian dollars per person per night. Now we are getting to Sesriem itself. Coming in at number 3, we have Sosa's Oasis campsite, which is practically across the road. So here there are individually shaded private campsites. They are each equipped with their own private ablution with flushing loos and solar heated showers. There's a kitchen set up as well with wash-up basins, preparation space. There's electricity points and barbecue facilities. These private sites provide campers with privacy, convenience, and comfort rarely found at many desert campsites. In addition to private sites, Sosa's Oasis also has exclusive group campsites designed specifically for larger groups or overlander vehicles traveling together. These group sites offer spacious shaded areas with power outlets, running water, lighting, barbecue facilities, and walkways leading to communal swimming pools. They also come with their own separate ablution blocks with toilets, wash basins, and showers. Situated on a private 40,000 hectare reserve, the group campsites offer spectacular views of the desert plains, surrounding mountains and Ilim Dune, making them perfect for family gatherings or customized group camping experiences. This mix of private and group campsites makes Sosa's Oasis versatile and unique among Sesriem campsites, accommodating solo travelers, couples, and larger groups with quality facilities and beautiful desert surroundings. And when it's time to relax, you'll find a communal swimming pool as well as a well-stocked shop and fuel station nearby. Make sure you book your campsite well ahead, especially between June and October when it's busiest. The sites are shaded, but you'll still want sun protection for the heat of the day and warm layers for those chilly desert nights. Each campsite has its own ablutions and kitchen facilities, so you'll have privacy and convenience, but do bring your own cooking and camping gear. There's also an on-site shop for firewood and any essentials you might have missed. Because the camp is near the road, it's worth asking for a quieter pitch if you prefer more peace. The price guide to camp here is 295 Namibian dollars per person per night for individual campsites and 195 Namibian dollars per person per night for the group campsites that can host 10 to 30 people. Coming in at number 2, we have Sesriem Oshana campsite. Camping at Sesriem Oshana is a proper win if you want to be right inside the Namib Naukluft Park. It's one of the few camps that give you early access to Sossusvlei, about an hour before everyone staying outside the gate, which is often said to be key if you're chasing that perfect sunrise over the dunes. But if you ask us, staying inside or just outside the park doesn't make much of a difference for catching the sunrise colors. Everyone's going to arrive more or less at the same time anyway. It's quite a stretch from the inner gate to the dunes, especially with that dramatic sand route you'll need to tackle. That's if you manage to get there without getting stuck in the sand. Catch the shuttle at the 2x4 parking if you don't want problems, guys. Anyways, there are around 10 to 12 well-spaced campsites, each with its own private ablution block, hot and cold water, a shaded pergola, outdoor kitchenette, braai area, and a 220-volt electricity. It's ideal for self-sufficient travelers who still want a touch of comfort while staying right in the heart of the desert. You'll also have access to the main Sesriem facilities. There's a swimming pool, a restaurant, a bar, and a shop for basics. And the views from the camp are pure magic. Nights are made for stargazing, of course, and there's plenty to do, from hot air balloon rides to scenic nature drives. Just bring your own gear and you're sorted, with comfort, privacy, and prime park access all in one place. Sesriem is one of the best spots to camp if you want to soak up everything the Namib has to offer without the early morning queues. The price guide to camp here is 530 Namibian dollars per person per night. And finally, at number 1, we have the Sesriem NWR camp. Sesriem camping is one of the most practical spots you can pick if you want to stay inside the Namib Naukluft Park. It's just 4 kilometers from Sesriem Canyon and about 60 kilometers to Sossusvlei, Deadvlei, and the dunes. The setup is pretty solid. There are 44 campsites spaced out under camelthorn trees for a bit of shade. Each one has a braai area, water, and power points, though a long extension cord will come in handy. The ablutions are shared but clean, with hot showers, flushing toilets, and basins. You've also got the bonus of a swimming pool on site, plus a bar, restaurant, and a little shop for basic supplies. There's even a fuel station with tire repair, which is gold in the middle of nowhere like this. The desert views are something else. You'll probably spot a few oryx or springbok wandering around, and the peacefulness of the place really hits at night when the stars do come out. You can walk or take a short drive to places like Elim Dune, Sesriem Canyon, or go all the way out to Sossusvlei if you're keen. Hot air ballooning and scenic flights are also close by. Even though it's a popular spot, the campsites don't feel cramped. You'll still get a good sense of space and quiet. If you're after a desert experience that's convenient, scenic, and still gives you a bit of comfort, Sesriem camping ticks all of the boxes. The price guide to camp here is 670 Namibian dollars per person per night. And that's a wrap for now. Whether you're after a remote desert escape or front row access to the dunes, there's a campsite for every kind of traveler around Sesriem. If you're planning your trip, check out the link in the caption to visit our website for further details. In the next video, we're breaking down the cheapest campsite in Sesriem and whether it's actually worth it. Thanks for watching. I'll see you in the next adventure. Happy traveling.